Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, August 9th. We're looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and NQ. So we will recap all of these three indices charts today. You know, it's interesting. You realize after everything that transpired this week, we closed down. Now, sometimes they change the closing price in SPY, but for now, they closed down 7 cents. Think about that. Very wide range, huge gap Monday, closed unchanged. Now, the weekly's still down, but that's a very big feat by the bulls to accomplish. Now, for it to be much more meaningful, we're going to want to take out today's high sooner rather than later to put the weekly back to balance. Had a good day today. I think today was pretty accommodating. Traded everything NQ again. I got fortunate on this one because it was a quick one. But again, I don't look like, so I took a short to break A's low in NQ in B period. I didn't do anything in A again. A was just pure chop for me. Nothing I wanted to do. But when B came down, it looked like it had the momentum to take A's low. I took the short. Now, some people would take the same short, but they would take it looking for the overnight low and hold it the whole time. So two things I'm different about a lot of times. Number one, I'm taking it before it takes out A's low. A lot of people have a sell stop short right below A's low. So I'm getting in earlier. And I'm not looking for that whole thing. I'm just looking for a certain amount of points. And I did a 3-lot on that one. It was a nice trade. And I took it off for like 20-something points total. I got like 7 or 8 points on each one. Now, you might ask, well, why didn't I hold it? Because if you think, I thought the odds were good to get the overnight low. But when I'm locking in 20 points right off the bat, I don't have a problem with that. Okay? If it continued to go lower, right now I'm in bigger increments. So we got down to around 404, 405. The overnight low is 385. So if it really started going, I don't have a problem jumping in at 92 or something like that, or 90 to get these last 5 or 7 points. At least I'd be getting more MGIs that the market's stronger pushing. Because I'll tell you what, if you took the short below A's low to get the overnight low, you better have a stop in because it ripped up really hard. They had a reversal bar. So again, that's my style, and it served me well on that trade. Then I took, these are some of my favorite trades. One is to take out A's high or low. Well, guess what? They gave me both because after taking that short, I took the long to get A's high. So B period is a very nice time frame for me. Then in C period, I thought we were going to pop the top. Took a 1-lot long, only one. Wasn't going to add. I didn't, but I finally took it off out 30 points on a 1-lot. 20 points, I don't mind. I would have held it. Right? 30 points, I'm like, I'm giving away a lot here. I said I could always get back in. I'll get back in bigger if I think it's going to finally go. So I took it off. It was a 30-point loss. Not fun. But then in D period, when it got towards, as soon as it took out C's high and started going, I took a 5-lot and made 40 points on that. I made 10 points. So I made 40 points on that. So it wasn't a total of 10, but it was 8 points, I guess. But regardless, so I took the 30 points back that I lost and made 10. So not a huge win on that trade, but still made money on one of my favorite trades to get the IB. Then my first afternoon trade was an F. Took it against both the opening and thinking it could be the afternoon pullback low. Now I was eating at the time. I didn't hold it for long, but I made money on it, and it turned out it was the afternoon pullback low. See these little subtle things that happen? Never got the opening. Turned out to be your afternoon pullback. Very nice. And then after that, I really hit them hard in H. I'm like, okay, we have some targets to get in H. First target, the big target is to get the overnight high. So when we started going, I was doing some beautiful ebb and flow trades before we even got there, and then finally nailed it. I took about 5 trades in H period. Okay, each making, some were 1 lots, most were 1 lot, some were 2 lots, each making between 5, 10, 12 points. And I said to the room after we did that in H, we got the targets I think they want. I don't think they're going to test what I'm calling my balance high, same in ES. Now, we did hold trend for a while, but never, we didn't hold it. ES didn't even fill their single prints from last Friday. They stayed in the lower distribution. SPY filled theirs. So ES never even got into the upper distribution from Friday. So, now look, I know we're going to go over on the charts, but I think the profile gives a better read also why I'm saying this. We're one time framing up 4 days in SPY, but I'm not just calling it up. I'm calling it up to balance because I still think Friday's high is very important. Same with NQ. Okay? I think Friday's low is important. We dumped Monday with a huge gap. We took that gap back Monday, and we spent the whole week trying to go up. But all we did for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was get into Friday's lower distribution. You can call it up. I have no problem if you call the daily up. And then if we take out today's low, you go back to balance. I have no problem with that whatsoever. If we take out today's high on Monday, then I would probably call it up only because the weekly would be back to balance. So even if we don't get the balance high that I'm using, it would be 5 days in a row and the weekly would be back to balance. So I'd probably call the daily up then. Okay? So again, it's a subjective way. It's an art, not a science. I have no problem if you're calling it up. But I told the room since we got the targets, now I did think ES was going to fill these. I did. They just missed it. But I said, I think the market's tired. It's had a huge move this week back and forth. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hold trend and we just play out the rest of the day doing nothing. And that's exactly what we did. So we saw the day well, saw the week well. And again, I'll take these ranges any day of the week, hopefully every day of the week. So again, I'm not going to go over the references because of putting these in bigger increments. I do want to go over these charts. So let's do that. We're going to go top down, starting with IWM. So IWM, is that right? Did we take out last month's low? Some of these charts are not always right, so bear with me. I'm looking on another. Yeah, we did. Okay. So IWM, oh, that's right. Of course we did. IWM came back into balance on the monthly. So we're forming our monthly. We do not know how big the monthly balance is going to be. It's just being formed. Okay? So, just say it's in balance. We don't know how many months. The weekly is down. Okay? The weekly is down in IWM. The daily, again, a lot of people might call this up. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to call it up with them. They're a lot further away from Friday. They didn't really they did get into Friday's range, but not a tremendous amount. I would still call them, I'm going to say, up to balance. Okay? I'm going to still call them up to balance. Let's go to triple Qs. I like going top down, so I want to start with the monthly. Balance. How many months? Not sure. Now, right now, the way we came down here, what's this monthly low? 413. We got down to 423. So I'm not sure yet. Let's see how the month plays out. But it's balance. The weekly, firmly down. One time framing down. 4 weeks. And the daily, again, they're one time framing up 2 days because they had almost had an outside day down on Wednesday. I'm calling it balance. I think Friday's high is the more important play here. So I'm calling the daily balance. And then on the S&P, monthly's balance, again, still forming. At the end of August, we'll decide how large our monthly balance is, okay? The weekly is down. One time framing down, 3 weeks. After an outside week down 4 weeks ago. And the daily, with a very nice recovery. Again, one time framing up 4 days. But to me, I want Friday's high. So, to me, I'm calling it up to balance still. Okay? One other note. The volume dried up every day this week after Monday. And what did we do every day this week after Monday? We tried to push higher. So we had a tremendous amount of volume on Monday, 146 million. Tuesday went to 84. Wednesday went to 70. Yesterday went to 63. And today we're at 44 million. So once again, if this is all just short covering occurring, right? If it's all just short covering and they're starting to be done, well, if you don't get a new batch of buyers in here, you can roll right back over. That's why, to me, this is a very nice finish on the weekly, but that doesn't mean necessarily taking out the weekly high. So I think it's kind of imperative for the bulls to continue what they did this week to take out last week's high sooner rather than later. Please come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Many price points to decide on. We have a great group in here. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.